Is it a normal thing to believe in yourself when in fact is very unique? It's not normal, but that's what's going to make you stand out, is having that belief in yourself. And that's what's going to put you into the 1% of people. Hey guys, so welcome back to another episode of Becoming Confident with me, your host, Cleopatra Williams. This is a place where I initiate those raw conversations on what I believe contributes to and is impacted by your self-esteem and your confidence. So if you are on your journey to becoming confident, or you're just ready to start your journey, then this podcast is for you. If you are listening on YouTube, make sure you hit that subscribe button and a bell notification so that you never miss an episode. And give me a thumbs up if you enjoy content like this as well. It helps me reach many other people who are on their confidence journey. So in today's episode, we're going to be talking about how to believe in yourself when no one else does. And the reason why I feel like this is so important is because majority of the time, our belief in ourselves is based off the belief that other people have in us. And so I know that on this journey to becoming confident, it is not easy. It can be very difficult to have this sense of unwavering belief in yourself when you are so used to having several setbacks, or when you haven't seen the people that are closest to you in your life have a major glow up or become the best version of themselves or accomplish certain things that you would like to accomplish, or you receive other doubtful messages from other people that makes you question that the things that you want, is it even possible for someone like you? And the reason why I know this so well is because this is something that I have experienced and at times experienced in the present. And I know how frustrating, how annoying and discouraging it can be. So I hope that in this episode, whatever I give to you, that you use this to give you some courage to have so much belief in yourself, even when no one else believes in you. So let's get into it. So for those who may not know, self-belief is having trust in your abilities based off having confidence in who you are and what you know, and your belief system of what is possible. Self-belief is one of the main things that get in people's way of taking risks, taking chances on themselves, trying new things that can potentially make them better and their life better. And here's the thing, in fact, we naturally have more self-doubt than we do have self-belief. And this is because of what we've seen growing up, what people have instilled in us. And because, yes, things haven't always gone our way a lot of times. And so in return, we experience a lot of self-doubt. This is really a normal response. It is more normal to have self-doubt than it is to have self-belief. So normal, and I know this sounds crazy, but trust me, listen to it, think about it. Well, let's say you're talking to your girl, your friend, she's about to do something big, maybe something that's nerve-wracking, maybe she's going on a date, maybe she's trying entrepreneurship, and she's like, yeah, I got this. I'm so confident and what I'm about to do. Like, I trust myself so much. I know why I did this. I know what I was thinking, and everything is about to work out the way it's supposed to work out. You might be thinking to yourself, yeah, you're so confident, girl. You go ahead, girl. But thinking to yourself, like, yo, she's really confident. Like, I hope she don't fail. Like, oh my gosh, I'm so nervous for her, right? You have that little bit of self-doubt because your self-belief standard is not as high as that person that has so much self-belief. It is not normal. It is more normal to have self-doubt than it is to have self-belief. And having so much self-belief can make someone very uncomfortable. And it's not saying that is in a jealous or a bad way. It's just maybe they don't know how to relate and they carry that self-doubt for you unless they know what it feels like to have so much self-belief just as much as you do if you had that much self-belief. I hope that makes sense. More people relate to you when you have self-doubt. It's just a normal thing because majority of the people around you have self-doubt, but less people relate to you when you have a significant amount of self-belief. belief. When you have so much self belief, less people relate to you. And this is why, when you have self belief in yourself in general, this is something that is unique. Self belief is a unique trait. It makes you a unique person and it makes you stand out. This is why, when you see people who are so confident in themselves, people notice because it's a unique trait. Not many people carry that trait, even though it can be developed. And this is why it is so important for you to develop, to really work on self belief in yourself, because the fact that self doubt is so normal, 99% of the people that you are probably hanging around experience more self doubt than self belief. And if you are not careful, you can absolutely let these self doubters protrude on your confidence and your self belief in yourself and steal that from you, not always intentionally, but because they have that doubt, it rubs off on you. It makes you question yourself because they don't believe in themselves or they don't believe in you. It makes you question, should you believe in yourself? Is it a normal thing to believe in yourself when in fact is very unique? It's not normal, but that's what's going to make you stand out, is having that belief in yourself. And that's what's going to put you into the 1% of people. And I truly don't believe that your friends or your family want to damage your self-belief, right? I don't think they intentionally go out to damage your self-belief, because normally the people that you want to believe in you are the people that are closest to you, are the people that you love. However, they're just speaking from their belief in themselves. They're speaking to you from themselves, from their own belief system, which is why you have to learn how to detach yourself from other people's belief system and start to build your own belief system. And the best way to do this is, number one, is to evaluate your self-concept of who do you believe that you are, your identity. The way that we live is often due to the identity that we internalize, started to believe, and eventually accepted and believed it to be true for you. I started to believe that because I'm a single mom, that things were always going to be hard for me, even though I worked so hard for those things to not be hard for me. Subconsciously, those were things that I started to believe. And so my habits and the things that I did was because of that. My belief system was because of those things. So I had to learn to say, you know what? Yes, I'm a single mom. Yes, it is harder being a single mom, but that doesn't mean that I have to struggle. That doesn't mean that it has to be hard for me. Did I struggle? Yes, because again, my concept of myself kept me from showing up how I truly wanted to show up. It kept me feeling inferior. So it kept me caring about what people was going to think of me, which all in all kept me struggling. So evaluate your concept of yourself and see what are the things that you accepted to as true about yourself, you internalize, and see the things that you are acting on. And the reason why this is the first one is because, trust me when I tell you, your concept of yourself is so, so important, and it affects so many things and how you show up consistently and your belief system, your belief in yourself. And this eventually will lead you to a new identity, breaking this old identity of who you are. Okay. This is going to be one of the first steps that you're going to need to separate yourself from a belief system that was given to you, not intentionally, but just based off what other people believe. You have to create a new identity for yourself. So the second way to detach yourself from other people's belief system is to have confidence in the future that you desire, and have confidence in who your most confident self is. Listen, I'm always going to talk about this because it is literally so, so, so important. You have to know the future that you want, and you have to know who is the person that you want to be, without a doubt. If you don't know what that is, then you have no clarity. And when you have no clarity, it is very easy to take on someone else's values and beliefs. When you have no clarity, it is very easy for someone to tell you what they think you should be doing and how you should be living your life and the type of person that you need to be because of what they believe, right? But this only happens when you have no clarity in who is the person that you want to be and the future that you want to have. So you can start making decisions from that person. When you know who your most confident self is, even if you don't feel like you're necessarily her right now, the more you begin to embody her on a daily basis intentionally, the closer you will begin to be her. The faster you're going to start seeing it clear as day. You're going to start waking up and you're gonna be like, oh my gosh, I did that. Like, whoa, I'm slowly becoming the person I want to be. And so the self-doubt decreases while the self-belief increases, right? You start taking on the mindset of your most confident self. And this is allowing you to create a higher belief system for yourself. All right, so number 3, the third way to detach yourself from other people's belief system is you learning to be okay with the idea that on this journey, you may have to be alone for a while and that you may be the only person that believes in you, and you have to learn how to be okay with that. And so for me, I know how it feels to want other people to believe in you, right? But I also know how it feels to be the only one that has to believe in myself. And I've had mixed up and downs with this, but I would say that I definitely experienced the easier part of this. And the reason why is that because I take on more of a introvert personality and I can be a very private person. So oftentimes a lot of people, like my family and my friends, like they really have no idea what I'm doing until it's like publicly announced, right? Something like this, right? Nobody knew I was going to launch a podcast. Nobody knew besides me, because I've had experiences where I've shared goals and I've shared dreams with, people close to me, and they don't respond in the way that I would like for them to respond. Like, oh my gosh, that's so exciting. They more so say, oh, okay, that sounds nice. Like that's like undercut self-doubt, right? That's like, okay, we'll see. You know, this sounds exciting. And so I don't like that stuff. So long time ago, I stopped telling my family anything that I do, anything. They'll see it when they see it, right? Because I just don't got time for that shit anymore. It's about me believing in myself. And the only people who may knew something are the people who are big dreamers like me. Those are the people that I would say, hey, I'm launching my podcast, right? Because they're just as passionate as I am. They believe in themselves just like I do. So it's more common. I relate to those people because of that self-belief. However, I have to take on that this is still my journey and that I'm going to have to be alone while I go through this. And the thing is, does it feel good? No, it doesn't. It doesn't feel that great to feel like you have to be alone in this journey, because you're the only one to believe in yourself. And it's just what it is sometimes, right? You have to learn to be okay with this might be a lonely journey and that you may be the only one, especially for the people that are closest to you, to believe in you. And for those who are listening, for those who like to share, I know a lot of people who tell everybody their business, what they're doing, what they want to do, even if somebody tells them, no, you shouldn't do that. No, I don't think you should do that. You sure you might fail? That costs a lot of money. That's a stretch. You think you can do that? They still tell those people. They still talk to those people and tell them things that they're about to do. And for you who are listening, if you are one of those people, if you have not learned your lesson yet because you just want those opinions, you may need to learn this. And I know that is not easy. Like I said, it's a little easier for me because I have more of an introvert personality and I'm just a very private person. Not everyone is private, but you may need to learn this. Keep it to yourself. if you want to learn how to detach from other people's beliefs. You need to learn to stop giving these people the opportunity to put doubt in your mind. Stop giving them the opportunity to take their belief system and place them on you and express doubt in the future that you want for yourself. Less of their doubt and more your belief is what's going to keep you going and taking steps to becoming a better version of yourself and creating the life that you truly want to have. And that brings me to number 4, fourth way to detach from other people's belief system. You want to get around people who are, 1, on the journey to becoming their best selves, and 2, those people that are way further than you are, and you want to be able to borrow their belief system. Because when you do this, they are going to elevate you. They're not going to allow you to have doubt in yourself. If and when you are around the right people, they will push you to have so much belief in yourself. They will push you to keep going. They will help you change your mindset and adapt a mindset of having unwavering self-belief because you see it in them and they are going to put it in you. So you have to get in these environments where there are people living how you want to live. And when you are looking at these people and you seeing how much belief they have in themselves, you start to realize if they can do it, you can do it too. That everything that they desired, if they achieved it, then so can you. Everything that you desire, you can achieve as well. And that is possible for you, for someone like you. And that just heightens your self-belief, right? And if you can't, borrow my belief. Listen to podcasts like this. Listen to other motivational podcasts. Listen to YouTube or whatever the case is, right? Get a coach, get into these environments that are going to give you a higher level of self-belief in yourself so you can start detaching from those self-doubters, their belief system. And even with the people that have so much belief in themselves, right? You still have to take on your own concept, your own identity, and form your own belief system. But it's better to tap into people who have a stronger belief system of self-belief than it is to have doubters around you 24/7. I can't even explain how much my mindset, my self-belief in myself has shifted since I started my confidence journey. And yeah, years ago, like my belief system, it was like I knew I can do things, right? I knew that I can learn pretty quickly. But my belief system now, since being very intentional about starting my journey last year, has like blew my mind. Now, that doesn't mean that self-doubt never tries to enter my mind. When things aren't going my way, even with like failures, even with setbacks that I've experienced, the many tears that I've shed, the doubts that have entered my mind, the embarrassments that I've had, I still have so much belief in myself. It's crazy. Sometimes I feel like I'm delusional, right? Like you kind of have to have that low key delusional faith, a delusional self belief in yourself to really push past the self-doubt that you used to hold on to and that people give to you. And the way that I did this, you guys, was I was surrounding myself with people that were pushing themselves out of their comfort zones, becoming more confident in who they are, right? I hired a therapist, I hired a coach, I started reading more. I actually started making myself uncomfortable, right? Learning new skill sets, showing up on social media. And even when I was so scared out of my mind, being extremely nervous about it, I still did it and still risked myself looking like an idiot, looking stupid because I just believe in myself. And I don't care about the doubt that people give to me because who cares? And so, lastly, an amazing way to detach from other people's belief system is to look at what you have overcame. Look at what you have achieved, no matter how big or small. When you do this, you are reminding yourself of how capable you are. It is so easy to forget, all the things that you've learned since you were a kid, right? It is so true. Like, we were babies, right? And we learn how to crawl. And then we learn how to walk, right? And then we learn how to talk. You learn how to ride a bike. We learn how to drive. We learn to do simple things like our hair. We learn to do our own makeup. We learn how to use a computer. We learn how to work social media. We learn how to do these reels. Like, how cool is that? All of those things required us to tap into a higher level of ourselves, to develop skill sets, to use our mind, to use our body, and tap into the God given abilities that we have. And so, to achieve those certain things, we had to have a level of self belief that we can actually do it. And we did, right? Like driving, we did it and we figured it out. And so, if we can figure that out, we can figure anything out with intention and with dedication. And of course, belief. And so I believe as a whole is that we, all of us, need to get really comfortable with taking on our own belief system, shaping our own identity, and rejecting the doubt of others, because their doubt on you is not their doubt because of you, is their doubt because of their belief in themselves. They don't think they can do it, so they don't think you can do it. They don't think it's possible for them, so they doubt that it's possible for you. So anytime someone expresses doubt about you, remember this: it is not about you. It is about how they see themselves. Their identity, their concept of themselves is their belief system. They wouldn't dare do everything it takes to become the most happiest, fulfilled person that you are working to become, because it's uncomfortable and it's not easy. They wouldn't dare work so hard to live their best life and become the most confident person that they can be, because that requires courage, right? That requires you to have setbacks and to have failures. And that requires you to push past your upper limit. Sometimes we just have limits on what we're capable of, and you stop at a certain level because you think that's how far you can go. They think that's how far they can go. But that's a them problem and it's not a you problem. You have belief in yourself and reject their doubts. Reject their doubts. And hopefully that inspires them. You having belief in yourself and you eventually making the rest of your life the best of your life. Hopefully that inspires them to do the same. And if it doesn't, it doesn't. But that has everything to do with them and not with you. And so that is the best way to detach yourself from other people's belief system. And I really want to say this: if you are trying to have belief in yourself, be proud of yourself. At least you have the willingness to try when most people won't try. The people who doubt so much are the people who won't try to push themselves to believe in themselves. So be proud that you are one of those people who are trying, who are tapping into believing in themselves. Be proud of yourself for taking a chance on yourself. Be proud that you are working to be someone different so that you can have something different for your life than what you're used to having. I'm getting used to telling myself that I am proud of me, because at least I have the willingness to try and I have the willingness to reject the doubters. Even though it's not always easy and it's very uncomfortable to reject doubters, they can get in your mind. So you pushing yourself to maintain belief, even when there's so much doubt coming from the outside world and coming from what you can see with your circumstances now and with your physical eye. Tapping into your self-belief is such a powerful gift. And so you should be so proud of yourself, because 99% of people don't have that type of belief in themselves, or at least trying to have that kind of belief in themselves. And the more you believe in yourself and become the person that you want to be and do the things that you want to do, you will eventually have the things that you truly desire to have. So all in all, your belief in yourself is the only one that matters on this confidence journey. And so I hope that this message and the tips that I've given you really helps you keep pushing on this journey. Keep having so much faith in yourself. I hope that you are able to take a look at yourself and learn how to detach from other people's belief systems. I know it's hard because you love these people and they love you too. You just have to be able to form your own identity of yourself and what you are capable of. Develop the identity of I am a believer. I believe in myself. I have faith in myself. I am a confident person versus I am a doubter. Reject that concept. That is not your identity. That is an identity that you internalize and you believe because based off what other people said about you, these are the type of things that hold you back from becoming the person that you are truly meant to be and the person that you can truly become. But you just have to form a whole different identity of yourself and get rid of that identity that is stopping you from shining, girl. That is stopping you and it's getting in your way. Okay. So I hope this message takes you one step closer to becoming your most confident self and building a healthy self-esteem. And of course, again, if you are listening to this episode on Spotify, Apple, wherever you listen to your podcast, make sure you go ahead and subscribe to the show and leave a rating and review because this is going to help other ladies find the show. Is going to help me out as well. I greatly appreciate it. And if you are watching on YouTube, make sure you hit the like button if you like this episode and hit that subscribe button as well. Leave a comment if you want to let me know what you think. And until next time, guys, bye.